Today we're starting with the haunt, and I'm starting off with one of the biggest props we have. This is Towering Ghost, one of my favorite props, and he's going to be placed right over here in the corner so he can loom over this entire space right here. I've actually never placed him this far over, so we're going to see how it goes because this land is not completely flat. I'm just realizing now how it's very wobbly and the winds are not too strong today, and how really slanted he kind of is. If you really look from back here straight on, he's a little slanty. So what I think I'm going to do is add one more sandbag right here, just on the side where he needs to be, and hopefully he will be less wobbly from that. But I guess we'll just have to see during the season. But for now, I think he looks great. Alright, now that we have the Towering Ghost completed, we could focus on some of the other scenes I'm going to be working on. Speaking of, we have all this space right here and some space over on this side to finish up and work on this orchard scene that I think is going to be a standout this year. So, first off, I've created one of a crate for this scene specifically that I think I'm going to put over here on this side. And I think Emmeline is going to go right here, and she can kind of jump over the crate, and I think that would look really cool. Next up on this side, I do have a little tree that I think I can stuff with some branches I can find in these trees and just make that look like an apple tree. I also have some crates over here that I can put little ones, and I can fill those with fake apples and a bunch of just cool things to fill that scene up and just make it look great. I also completely forgot about this whole area here. This is the exit to the haunted house. This gate right here is where you will walk out. So you're starting right here and you're going to walk along this whole path. So you're going to walk right out of the orchard right when you finish the haunted house. So right here I think you could have one last scare, someone popping out right here. So I might build out of pallets a wall going up here, so if I do put someone here, then you really can't see them when you're just walking along the street, and it'll be a surprise in the end. Here's how these crates look all filled up. They look even better than I thought they would. These look awesome. They're gonna go great sitting right about pretty much one there and probably one pretty much right where I'm sitting. So I think they're gonna go great. They look pretty real. They'll look even more real in the night, in the dark. Yeah. Very good little props for the orchard. Next up, I'm gonna go grab that tree. Alright, now here we've got all of these leaves and sticks and all this stuff to fill up this tree. Now the story behind this tree, I bought this last year for Christmas for the display, and it's the worst tree I've ever gotten. It is almost completely bare. Look at this. Horrible. So I'm just going to take this tree, I'm going to stuff it up with all of these leaves and sticks and hopefully make it look a little better. And now with that, here's the tree. I'm actually really happy with how this looks, because when you first walk out of this gate, like the way you're going to walk in, you see this tree and it fits pretty good with that tree. Now of course this will be tweaked a little bit. It is a little very leaf heavy up here and not very leaf heavy down there, but throughout the season it will be tweaked to look a little better. But I am happy with how it looks now. I like the little crate under there. This side looks great. Bigger apple crate over here with the Hollow's Orchard box. I'm actually really happy with how this box turned out. I made two of these. I made this one and the one over there for the carnival area, but that carnival area will be in the next video, so you're gonna have to watch that one to see what that crate looks like. But yeah, this crate, it's a very great piece to finish off this orchard. Really brings the really immerses you into the scene right up here. But yeah, I'm very happy with how this scene looks. Now, I think what I'm gonna do is, why don't we build Emmeline and see how she's gonna look in this scene. So, let's do it. And there's Emmeline, set up and right in her spot. I was just testing how far I want her to really go here, and I think I'm literally gonna put her right almost touching you, right along the thing, but make sure she's not gonna hit anyone. A little bit back, but her jumping over this crate looks amazing. It works so perfectly, and I think I have a little piece I can put right there to make this a little more interesting, and that piece is this lantern. I got these lanterns for pretty cheap. I'm gonna use them to light up the entire haunted house, but they look great. You can see it doesn't really show up on camera that well. It kind of looks like it's flashing, but it really looks like there's flame in there in real life, and they're very, very cool. So I think I'm gonna put that just right on top of there. It'll illuminate this piece well. You can see the orchard, and let's see Emmeline in action. Right over that crate, looks amazing. Very unexpected to people that would be walking this way, especially because the tree blocks her pretty well, and you will be obviously focused on something that's right here, and you won't be really looking too far ahead. But I think it's just such a good, it'll be a great scare. I'll have some beam sensors probably over by the gate or over right here, just to set her off right before people get to her. So it should time pretty well. But yeah, I did not put the white cloth on covering the mech because that overall will be covered by the graveyard fence that's going to be all around here. But that fence will be put up in a different video. But also, if you look at the side, for the people that are looking from this way, probably need some more weight on that, but that white's gonna cover up a lot of this, and if you're looking from the street, you're really not gonna see those white bars there. It's not super noticeable, especially in the dark. So I just would rather not have those. But with that, this scene is almost fully complete. We just have two more things to do, and those two things are corn stalks and lighting. So I think we should actually focus on the lighting first. I think that can really definitely bring the scene home, so let's work on that. Alright, so I have one of these on for you floodlights. I love these things. They're very bright. You can change the brightness on them. I can do pretty much whatever color I want for the scene. I'm trying to decide right now if I want to put the light back there or if I want to put it here, because I think if I put it here, it could illuminate the ghost, but I'm more leaning towards right here because it will shine on those apples, the tree, and that ghost already has a ton of lighting in him that'll already illuminate the scene pretty well. So I think I'm probably gonna go right there. Alright, so that light is right there shining on this stuff. So, and I can put those two plugs right next to each other eventually when we do the wiring. So just already looking ahead. So now let's focus on the lighting on this side. Alright, now one of my favorite parts, we can get to working on corn stalks. So what I do is I just take one little stalk like this, and I will separate all of these stalks into single ones, and then I can spread these throughout a couple scenes just so I can save some corn stalks. So we're not going to use every single one of these for the orchard scene, but it's nice to have some extras just in case I just notice a spot that would be really nice to have a corn stalk. But we actually have a good amount of corn stalks in this one. So let's start planning out how many we're going to need and where we're going to put them. I think we're going to do 3, but let's see. Now, as for staking them into the ground and making them stay up, I use these stakes right here. And what I do is I will just put them into the ground, put the corn stalks up against them, and then I just zip tie 2 zip ties to make sure they don't come apart, and they actually do stand pretty well. I do have to adjust them every so often throughout the season, but they stand pretty good for just one stake. Alright, so now I have to decide where I want to put these corn stalks. So I think one can go right here. Right back here behind all this stuff. I'll just put a stake there just to remember where it is, and I'll grab some more so I can mark other places. I think I'm going to put one here. This isn't really going to be anything of a scene, but gotta put one there. Put one there. Let's grab some more stakes. So that's 1, 2, 3. I think we can put one here. Put one here. And I guess we'll put one right in the back there, and I think that'll be it. Oh, we can put one there too. So, yes. A lot of corn stalks, but I think this is one of the corn stalk heavy scenes that we really need them in. So one there, and one right here. I think those will look good with corn stalks. Maybe one here too, we'll see. With only a few corn stalks added, this scene just feels so much more full and complete. Just looks so much better, and as the season goes on, they're not going to be green anymore. And they will look more corn stalky, and they won't blend in with that tree very well. Cause I did notice it does blend in a little bit, but I think it'll look better as, of course, as the season goes on. Emmeline has her little in-between too. This is the barricade for where the next scene right here will be, which you'll have to see in the next video. And there's a scene over here, pretty much blocked off by this one. Again, next video. So yeah, overall, this looks great so far. All we gotta do now is I think I'm gonna build that wall that's gonna go right here, and then we have to just test out the lighting at night, and then we can see how it looks with fog and all the other stuff. So let's go do that. Let's go build that wall. Here it is. Just put 2 pallets on top of each other and then just screw them together in the middle and over there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just a wall here. So if there's an actor here, you can see out, but you can't really see in, especially because of this tree right here. So then I can just have them doing whatever they want, waiting for people to come out of here and walk through the haunt to the exit. So yeah, I'm really happy with how this scene has turned out, especially even in the daylight, it looks amazing. So why don't we cut to a nighttime view and show off what it looks like with all the lights and at night.